For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Russia's Roswell, the Dalnegorsk UFO mystery, on January 29, 1986, at around 8 p.m. Residents of the small mining town of Dalnegorsk in Russia witnessed a strange red sphere in the sky. It was about half the size of the moon's visible disk and moved parallel to the ground over the mountains, without making any sound. The object was estimated to be flying at a speed of 55 km and at an altitude of 700-800 meters above ground. Suddenly, the object made several rapid descents and ascents, as if trying to stabilize itself, and then crashed into a hill near the town. According to most witnesses, there was no sound from the crash, but a strong heat wave was felt from hundreds of meters away. A bright light resembling a fire was seen coming from the impact site. 3 days later, a team from the Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena, led by Valery Dvuzhilny, arrived at the site to investigate. They found an area that had been exposed to extremely high temperatures. The rocks and soil were covered with a thin layer of ash and were visibly scorched. The charred trees lacked typical signs of a forest fire. In the ashes, they found metal droplets, black glassy particles weighing up to 30 milligrams, as well as strange flaky elements resembling a mesh. Scientists took samples and sent them for analysis to 2 different laboratories. The metal droplets turned out to be extremely durable and contained almost the entire periodic table in their composition. Spectral analysis showed that certain elements would vanish from the material when heated, but would reappear after cooling. Ultimately, no one could provide a reasonable explanation for the material's properties. 8 days after the crash, people observed yellow spheres hovering over the site, as if inspecting the area, before vanishing into the sky. In 1987, 32 other spheres were observed by hundreds of witnesses, including military personnel. Many believe that what happened in Dalnegorsk is a classic example of a UFO crash, earning it the nickname Russia's Roswell. The mysterious stone spheres of Costa Rica. When you think of Costa Rica, images of pristine beaches, tropical jungles, majestic waterfalls, volcanoes, and exotic flora and fauna probably come to mind. And you'd be right. But the jungles of Costa Rica are also wrapped in ancient mysteries. One such mystery lies in the south of the country, the giant stone balls of Costa Rica. Scattered across the region, some of these spheres are large, others small, but all are perfectly round and smooth. This phenomenon was discussed by TV host Juji in a segment of the show, Na Cafe, this week. Many may recall the iconic scene in Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when a giant stone ball chases Indy through a booby-trapped temple. While the temple was fiction, the stone sphere was inspired by real ones found in Costa Rica's Dikes Delta. These spheres are astonishing in their symmetry and smoothness, adding to the mystery of how they were created. The biggest questions remain: who made them, and what were they for? Scientists still don't have definitive answers. There are many theories and legends, which only add to the intrigue. The spheres vary greatly in size, from just a few centimeters to several meters. The largest known sphere weighs up to 30 tons. So far, around 300 spheres have been documented. The company that first discovered them didn't realize their historical significance and even moved them around to clear workspaces, potentially losing important context. Former astronaut Leroy Chiu describes encounter with metallic spheres. Leroy Chiu, a former commander of a space shuttle and participant in missions aboard the International Space Station, recounted an unusual experience while flying his private four-seat aircraft in 2023. In an interview with the New York Post, Chiu said, "I was flying at 200 feet. There was nothing around me, and suddenly these things just appeared out of nowhere. They were perfectly smooth and shiny. The experience left him shaken, though unharmed." Remarkably, Chiu noted that the spheres didn't disturb the air around his plane and showed no visible means of propulsion, an aspect that continues to intrigue both experts and enthusiasts. He added, "Obviously, if I had collided with them, it could have ended very badly. Nobody would have known what happened to me." His observations prompted comparisons with recently declassified Pentagon footage of a UFO sighted over a military base in the Middle East in April 2023. Chiu admitted, "That's what it reminded me of. I wonder if it's the same thing. I firmly believe there's other intelligence in the universe. It's the height of arrogance to think we're the only intelligent life out there." However, he tempers his belief with realism, doubting that extraterrestrials have actually visited Earth due to the vastness of space. Despite the extraordinary encounter, Chiu remains grounded in scientific thinking. The flip side is, maybe we'll never find each other, because the universe is so huge. That's why I find it hard to believe aliens have visited us. Mysterious spheres over Texas. NASA astronaut faces the unexplained. Leroy Chiu, former NASA astronaut who participated in 3 shuttle missions and commanded Expedition 10 to the ISS, retired from NASA in 2005 to pursue entrepreneurship and consulting. But he still confronts the mysteries of space and technology. While piloting his personal seaplane, Chiu suddenly noticed something strange. At an altitude of about 3,000 meters, 2 perfectly smooth spheres appeared in front of him, each about 1 meter in diameter. These objects were only 7 meters from his aircraft and were moving in the opposite direction at an estimated speed of 240 km/h. I didn't see any visible propulsion system, so I don't know what it could have been. Chiu told the New York Post, "They must have had some kind of engine or propeller." Despite the proximity, Chiu noted no turbulence or air disruption, unusual for aircraft flying so close. This only deepened the mystery. When comparing what he saw with footage reviewed by the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ALRO, Chiao wondered, could it be the same thing? His sighting echoes recent investigations by AARO into unidentified aerial phenomena. Chiao may have encountered one of these unexplained objects, the nature of which remains hotly debated. The land of monsters. Forest. These stories will give you chills for decades. People have continuously reported glowing orbs, disc-shaped UFOs, Bigfoot sightings, mysterious car malfunctions, and unexplained disappearances in a stretch of forest near Leominster, Massachusetts, USA. This 8-kilometer forest is considered by many to be literally filled with supernatural phenomena. According to local residents, the strange occurrences date back to the 19th century, when hunters reported seeing an unknown creature that didn't resemble any known animal. The first officially documented case happened in the 1950s, as reported by Zone 666. A man rushed into a local bar, claiming he had just encountered a forest monster and was going back to hunt it down. He took his gun and disappeared, never to be seen again. Police later found his car on the outskirts of town with its headlights still on. Since then, the number of bizarre sightings in the Leominster forest has only increased. It has earned the nickname Land of Monsters, and one trail is even called the Haunted Forest Path. Some people claim to have found evidence of Bigfoot living in the area. A photo taken in 2010 allegedly shows a large humanoid footprint discovered in the forest. 66-year-old Ronnie LeBlanc, who grew up near Leominster, is one of the many who claim to have seen the forest monster with his own eyes. He was only 11 years old at the time, and the experience sparked a lifelong obsession with uncovering the truth. He says, "I think that because this happened to me personally, it created an obsession. I had to know more." LeBlanc believes Bigfoot and glowing orbs are closely linked, as some witnesses have reported seeing hairy creatures holding these glowing balls in their hands. He claims to have personally seen flying spheres at least 9 times in recent years. Other locals have also seen them, and some have captured them on video. Corey Torini says, "I estimate they were about 30 meters above the treetops. They hovered in formation for a while. Then some broke off and headed west, while others passed over the mountain area. Another video shows a bright orb resembling a meteor. But is it really a meteor? Could it be a UFO? The largest mass UFO sighting in the area occurred in 1967. Dozens of people reported seeing a UFO over a lake, and one woman claimed she saw a UFO emerge from the town reservoir. That same year, there were frequent reports of Bigfoot sightings. One resident of Leominster said he was abducted by aliens from his home in 1967. His house was located very close to the Land of Monsters forest.